Yoni Kupchik. I'm a new investigator in the Department of Medical Neurobiology in the Hebrew University. I'm part of the Institute for Medical Research Israel, Canada. My research is about addiction and neural circuits, neural substrates of addiction. Basically what I'm interested in is what turns normal motivation into addiction. I have two separate lines of research that are related. One is drug addiction and what happens in the brain after using drugs that makes an addict to be an addict and to remain an addict for the rest of his life. And the other line is obesity, which is more of a behavioral addiction. And I'm interested to know if the neural mechanisms that occur in obesity are similar to what we see in drug addiction. I did my first degree in the Hebrew University. I studied psychobiology, and then I went on the program of neuroscience and behavior, where I did my PhD under the supervision of Professor Itzhak and Hannah Parnas. I then moved on to the United States to study addiction and to study neural circuits and mechanisms of addiction. I studied that in the Medical University of South Carolina. I went to the postdoc because I wanted to come back, to be a successful researcher and be able to get a position back in Israel. Of course, my first choice was the Hebrew University. I know the place. I know it's a very good institute. The labs here are well equipped with cutting-edge technologies, and I wanted to be part of this very vibrant scientific community. I'm well aware of the brain drain issue. In Israel, it's much more pronounced than in other countries. I always knew, even when I went to the postdoc, that I want to come back. For personal reasons, I wanted my children to grow up in Israel. It was very important to me, and when I was in the United States, it became even more important to me. From scientific perspective, I also wanted to be part of the scientific community. I wanted to give back to the system that produced me. I think being in Israel and making science in Israel make it a significant country in the world. One of the best things about the Hebrew University is the high quality of colleagues, very well respected scientists in the world that I can collaborate with. They mentor me. It's make a huge difference for a young faculty if you can ask a question, even if it's a very simple question, one of the best researchers in the world. I have two goals. One is, of course, to be able to find a treatment or to develop some kind of a drug to help alleviate symptoms of addiction or be able to help obese people to fight obesity. But another more general goal is to understand how the brain works, because the brain is the most sophisticated organ in our body. Maybe something that I will understand from studying addiction will help later understand something that goes wrong in schizophrenia or something else, or other disorders.